The world's most lethal odd couple, Bodyguard Michael Bryce and Hitman Darius Kincaid, are back for another life-threatening mission. Still unlicensed and under scrutiny, Bryce is forced into action by Darius's even more violent wife. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justin. Here we focus on your favorite content from streaming services and in theaters. If you guys love to watch movies and shows like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. The first Hitman's Bodyguard film, I just did not care for. I did not find it to be funny one bit. I don't remember even laughing at that movie. I found the action to be pretty good. Just the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson for me just did not work. And that's what I essentially feel about the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, is the same exact thing. I did not laugh once in this movie, despite me really liking Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and I find both of them to be absolutely hilarious. There's just something about this movie that I do not find to be funny. The whole movie just feels very unnatural when it comes to Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson, and now Salma Hayek's performances within the movie. There's no chemistry amongst the three of them. It all just feels very forced. Like nothing is improvised or nothing just comes naturally. It just all feels very forced, and that makes the jokes very cringy and not really enjoyable. Salma Hayek provides so much energy in this movie. She is absolutely crazy in the movie, and I did like the amount of energy she did bring to the movie, but a lot of the times she tried too hard to be funny and way out of control. And that's essentially how Darius Kincaid is that he's a wild card. He's absolutely insane. And so yes, Salma Hayek's character is a good match for him, but the three of them together, it's just very chaotic. The pacing for this movie is always going. It's always trying to keep you engaged, if it's with the action or the jokes between the trio within the film. So I do got to give it up to the pacing of this, because it never really feels slowed down. And like there's really no downtime for the group. It's always trying to balance between different countries and different plots and different groups of characters. It's always going, and it starts off right away. There's no time for catching up to what these characters are doing. They just get thrown into the mix immediately. I like Ryan Reynolds' story within here though. He is now unlicensed and under scrutiny. He's on the sabbatical. He doesn't want to use guns, and he doesn't want to be a hitman. He's in this awkward position where he's thrown into the mix with Darius Kincaid and Salma Hayek's character, and he's trying to not use guns when everybody around him is shooting at each other. He's just trying to protect himself and also stay away from shooting people. So watching him kind of maneuver around that is probably one of the highlights of the film. The action is filmed very well. There's not a lot of, really quick editing to make it really jarring and a blur and a mess to watch. I was impressed with the action, and I was impressed with the action for the first film too. I do like some of the shootout scenes and some of the moments where they're just really all going crazy and hurting other people and shooting at people. It's all filmed very chaotic. There's a lot going on, but it manages to not use those really quick edits to make it really jumpy. It all has kind of like this natural flow to it, which makes the action scenes really enjoyable. And there's also a good soundtrack that accompanies those action scenes to really give it that energy. So I do like the action in here, and there's plenty of action in the movie, and all of it is really good. This is a comedy though, and the comedy is just not funny to me. I really like all three of them as actors and actresses, but just this movie just did not work for me. Once again, I sat there, and even Morgan Freeman in the film, there was nothing really interesting about the trio and having one new person involved in the film compared to the first movie, which had just two. And we had a little bit of Salma Hayek, but now the three of them together, I just really didn't care about it. I think this is a movie that has potential for me to be really funny. And I think that both Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds are really great. It's not like their performances are bad or anything. It's not like this is a absolutely terrible movie. I just could not find it to be funny. And it's a comedy. I should try to find it funny with Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and he's a bodyguard, and Morgan Freeman's in the film, and Salma Hayek is absolutely crazy. I should find the humor appealing. I just don't. I was so worried going into this movie that it would just be like the first one for me, and essentially it is. Predictable plot too, with Antonio Banderas. At times the story seems a little bit too convenient when it comes to certain reveals with Salma Hayek and Samuel Jackson's characters. You kind of see where everything is going, and it's just kind of all easy for the characters. So before I give you my final thoughts and score for The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, you can check out other 2021 movie reviews right up here. So overall, the action is filmed really good. It provides a lot of energy to the movie, and so does Salma Hayek. She is absolutely insane in this movie. Just the humor in here does not work for me. I do not find it to be funny. The chemistry is not really there between the three of them. It just feels very scripted and not natural, and that makes it really hard to be invested in these characters when there's nothing really appealing about them. So it's really hard to watch and laugh when the jokes just do not land. It's very forced to me. There are a lot of people who do find this first one and the second film to be pretty funny. The screening for this movie, a lot of people were laughing, and I'm just like, when's it over? I just want to go home. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard a C. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. What do you think about this film? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.